The Super 8 started today. It promised a lot of thunder. And that's exactly what we got. Not the thunder that we wanted, because there was lots of thundering on the ground and there was no cricket at all. It's a washed out game. Not what any fan wants, because we were all here excited, ready for this game. But both New Zealand and Pakistan will get 1 point each. We are back at Cricbuzz Live. I've got Murali Kartik and Ajinkya Rahane with me. We had lovely food, nice chats.
Lovely chats.
Couldn't put any cameras in the green room there.
Correct.
But we had a good time. Not so much for the fans who turned out there, Kartik.
And you could see those faces.
Yes.
They were waiting in anticipation. At the end of the day, I know it was not a home game for any of the Sri Lankans out there. Yes, Pakistani fans would have travelled. The Kiwis always travel. And what promised to be a good game. Very good game, I would say. Unfortunately, you can't fight Mother Nature.
Ajinkya, I remember I'd gone to Brisbane last year to watch an India-Australia test match and it was rained out. As fans, it's the most disappointing thing ever. But as players, what goes on in your head in between the dressing rooms?
As players, you always want to get out there and have a game of cricket. We discuss about, apart from having good food and conversation, I think boring day for everyone, especially for the fans. And I think this was the game everyone was actually looking forward to. India is playing South Africa tomorrow, but I think New Zealand, Pakistan today in Sri Lanka, everyone was looking forward to that game. Very, very disappointing. As players, it's out of your, it's not in control. But I think Pakistan will be happy with that 1 point.
Yeah,
especially winning the toss and opting to bat first and rain coming down.
That's what everyone was wondering. Why? I was wanting to come to that because they won the toss. It was already drizzling when they won the toss. So one would imagine that they would opt to bowl first, but they went ahead and batted first.
Yeah, it's an interesting one, isn't it? Because in the pre-show, we did mention, but we were given to understand that there was a bit of drizzle when the toss happened. And in spite of that, they ended up deciding to bat first. I think it may be bitten from that previous game against India. And at the very same venue, I think that must have prompted them to take that call. But otherwise, the cricketing sense says if there is rain in the offing, there is more rain, then you want to bat second. So, but it's a surprising one. Anyways, thankfully for them, as Ajinkya said, they'll be happy with that 1 point.
Well, Ajinkya, you said Pakistan would be happy with that 1 point. New Zealand, would they be feeling a little undone, saying that, we've just gotten that 1 point? Because their points table there, of course, New Zealand, Pakistan both get 1 point each. But Ajinkya, we know that this group is a tough one because there's England and Sri Lanka to follow.
All the 4 teams are, quality teams here. Now, New Zealand probably had the upper hand, chasing down the target and the rain coming down. But I think 1 point each will probably help both the teams. Now, if they win both 2 games from here, they'll end up on 5 points. And other teams will be losing. So I think 1 point will be crucial. New Zealand again will be, they'll be happy with 1 point rather than winning. Yes, winning looks really good, but I think 1 point each. As I said, Pakistan will be more happy, but I think New Zealand will take it in a good way.
There are days when we were asking what happens to players. Yes. I can tell you one thing, we have to be very honest here. There are days when in a 4-day game or a 3-day game when it's going to be a dull draw, it's going to be a tame draw, and especially in county cricket and other places, when there's nothing in the game but you still have to go out, you pray for rain that day.
कि जल्दी और बारिश आ जाए, the game should get called off very quickly. That's, it's a very boring feeling. We know that. Sitting in the dressing room for T20 game again, it's a very short time, but I think 4-day, 5-day cricket, being there in the dressing room till 3 o'clock in India, especially 3, 4, it's a very boring and disappointing feeling.
Well, for those of you who've just joined in, why we are chatting about the rain is because the match has been abandoned. It has been a washed out day, which is very unfortunate for every fan. I want to ask both of you, because you're talking about it. For me, the most disappointing story was traveling all the way to Brisbane to watch a test match there and then not getting to see any game at all. The big positive there for me was I got to meet David Warner. He came in, chatted with everyone there because the crowd had started leaving. So we got to meet cricketers who we've always seen, on the ground, which was great. But as players, do you have any rain story which you can share with us? And you can give us a little secrets about what actually happens in the dressing room.
Many stories like that, but I think one story...
Are you allowed your phones?
No, we are not allowed. Once we are in the dressing room, phones are not allowed. phones are actually allowed in county cricket.
Yeah, in county cricket. Yes. In county cricket,
There
yes.
first class cricket phones are allowed. In India, our first class cricket, even here, phones are not allowed completely. But one incident, a game I remember, we were playing against South Africa in 2015, 2016, Test series in India. There was a game in Bangalore, and first day it happened, South Africa batted, they got all out. We started our batting and we played 10 overs, and day was done. Next day onwards, it started to rain. But we thought as a team, we'll go there, we'll see what happens. Nothing happened on that day. We were there till 3:30. Game got called off. We went to our room. Next day, the management decided that we will go on the ground, because we thought that day 3 there was no rain. But day 1 at night and day 2 was raining very heavily. Day 3 we thought we'll get a game. We thought we'll go on the ground. Nothing happened on day 3 as well. No rain, but the ground condition was really bad. And after that, they changed everything. The system over there, drainage system in Bangalore, they changed it completely. Day 4 as well. We thought we'll get a game again. So day 3 and day 4, we went around 7:30 in the morning to the dressing room. We came back at 3:30, 4 o'clock. 2 days
But what
together.
do you all do from 7:30 to 3:30?
Nothing,
You all don't have movies you all can watch, you all don't have your phones.
So they tell you, as players, what we do basically, I mean, some of the players, they like to just sleep. No.
I was going to use this Marathi word for it. Zoptoe.
मी झोपतोय.
Zoptoe.
I like this. Ajinkya Saiyami थोडं शिकवलंय मराठी तुम्हाला.
No, pick up the physio bed, go and sleep for some time. Few players like to play footy in the dressing room, foot volleyball. Just keep a kit bag or pair of pads and then play football. Otherwise, just tennis ball cricket in the dressing room. So that's what we do. But I can tell you, it's really boring. Really boring. So that match I will never forget in my life.
3 days you went and
3
nothing
days
happened.
and nothing happened. And finally they
Do you all just sit and eat like we eat in the Cricbuzz studio? You'll get lots of food all the time?
That's a tempting thing to do in the Indian dressing room, especially because the food is so good. At the ground, the food is so good and everything is available. Whatever you ask for, everything is available. When you're playing for Indian team, the dressing room, everything is available.
Kartik,
that's the tempting offer.
Well, the time when you played, of course, there were all the biggies there, and you were still the younger one in the biggies as well. Did you sit chatting with them about cricket? Did you all hear cricketing stories? Did you speak to the teams, the opposite teams? Did you all interact at all?
Yeah, absolutely. And I think this is something which I cherish for the rest of my life. That is something which I'll always cherish because of the cricketing conversations that you had. When I walked into the room, we had Kapil Paji as the coach. I had Mohammad Azharuddin, Javagal Srinath I was walking into that room. So, of course, you want to latch on to everything that they say. Master was our captain. And then even going forwards, there are times where the opposition also comes in. So you have a chat with the opposition as well. So it's great fun. I can never forget the 2004, the Adelaide Test match where Ajit got 6 for.
Yes.
After the game, me and Master sat in the opposition Australian dressing room till Kingdom Come. And it was one of the best. Yeah. Sitting and chatting with Steve Waugh or Haydos or Gilly, and they're all in their Aussie whites and baggy green, and it was just an unbelievable feeling. So, not rain stories, but in general, stories of playing. And I suppose he's still playing. He won't know that. That is exactly what I miss. That banter, the fact that you traveled with them, the mateship. I think that is something which you all miss. Game comes and goes.
Yeah, correct.
But the fact that you spend so much time together, you're in the barracks basically all the time. I think that is something which we all miss at the end of our playing days.
To add on that, I think we always say we learn by watching others. We learn when we are on the field. But I think as a cricketer, most of the things you learn when you discuss cricket.
100%.
And I think that was the best thing. Games like this, when the matches are not happening, when it's raining, I think you talk more about cricket. You share everyone's experience with your teammates. And also, he said, opposition team used to come and sit in our dressing room. We used to go there and basically talk about cricket, their conditions, their approach, going into the game, how they prepare, the different culture. When you're playing against different teams, I think the cultures, the situations, and also the infrastructure, what they get. I think it's so much to learn when we talk cricket. I think
100%.
It's
and also, I think, Ajinkya, people don't realize this. I think when they ask all the cricketers to come and do these motivational chats and stuff like that, people don't realize that, say, me and Ajinkya have gone through something in life. And there are other people who must have gone through something similar in life.
How it impacts you.
No, our thought processes. And sometimes you are actually doubting yourself. And when you hear the other man that he also went through that and this is how we came out, we are all human beings. We all have our insecurities. We all have our issues, ups and downs. How you handle those ups and downs, when you relate to it, when you draw parallels with it, when you know, oh, Sachin Tendulkar also felt this. Viv Richards also felt this. So I'm not some Anokha insan, that I am not some unique human being that I felt it. Oh, these guys went through that. I think these are things which you get when even amongst players you talk about it. It's brilliant. I can never think of a day when you don't have cricketing chats.
Well, today Pakistan and New Zealand had all the time to have lots of
But they were on their own.
They had lots of time to plan. We saw Mike Hesson out there doing a lot of chatting there. But Kartik, one team which will feel a little more distraught than the other, do you think? Or they'll both feel it is all right?
In a T20 game, unfortunately, you can't make out because now Ajinkya just spoke about how good the teams are stacked up. Both sides, whether you say all the number ones are here, but at the end of the day, the cream has risen to the top. You've got some of the best teams out of the 20 teams. But the thing is, if you had to look at them on paper, even without a ball being bowled, you would say that New Zealand possibly started as favourites in this game. So if the match had gone, anything could have happened. It's a game of cricket. We've seen upsets happen and we've seen some of the lesser teams beat the better teams. But who would have preferred picking up that 1 point at the end of the day? I would say, without any disrespect, Pakistan will be happy that it was 1-1.
All right, we have to move on to what's happening tomorrow. There are two games happening tomorrow. The India-South Africa happens second, but we will now talk about the first game as England will be taking on Sri Lanka. This is match number 42. We talk about England and Sri Lanka. Ajinkya, first England. You know, England has not really looked like the dominating England side that we know. They've not really won by big margins. But in Jan this year, they've beaten Sri Lanka on this venue 3-0. So do you think they're coming in with an advantage?
You'll always want to think like that. No, when you played a game in Sri Lanka a few months back, you did well as a team. But I think coming into this World Cup, England, they had two close encounters.
Yes.
One, Italy, I mean, they won against one with 24 runs. Nepal won 4 runs. We are not used to see England playing like that. I know.
And they lost to West Indies.
Lost to West Indies as well. Playing in Sri Lanka, again, I mean, Sri Lanka, they know their conditions. Also, they are fighting with the injuries.
Yes.
Pathirana has gone out. There are a few more niggles. But I think Sri Lanka, they are always a dangerous team with their home support. Support in the World Cup tournament, the ICC event, is huge. So I think England would love to, tomorrow go out there and play the best brand. What they know for. I mean, we saw the captain spoke about they're not playing fearless cricket. Harry Brook spoke about they're not playing fearless cricket. They would love to see the more firepower with their batting, especially the opening pair. Joss Butler, we all know how dangerous he is. So I think England, if they can play to their potential, what they have, they can bat till really like number 8, number 9. If they can do it, I think they'll be very dangerous.
Kartik, the top order has been a little saltless so far. They will want to fire. That we've been seeing that the lower order has come to England's rescue. So for them, they will want their top order to fire. Like Ajinkya is saying, Harry Brook said they will want to be a little more aggressive with the bat. But any changes you see in tomorrow's side?
You wouldn't want to change anything. Listen, who are the ones who can come in? There's Ben Duckett, who gets on with it, but would you want to bring him in place of Joss Butler or Phil Salt? No, both of them are wicket keepers and both of them are proven performers. And again, at the end of the day, they're all one hit away or one knock away from finding form. Yes, you are looking up to the openers because both of them are very, very aggressive openers. Again, as Ajinkya said, Joss Butler is a proven performer. Phil Salt gets a move on. And these guys have a lot of batting depth, but it's also the bowling as well. They've not been very convincing with the ball in hand. And I think overall as a team, England, I don't know whether it's the aftermath of the Ashes, whether people are talking about their approach. I don't know whether it's affecting them in any way. They're all result orientated right now, having seen what happened in the Ashes. But it's been a sort of a tepid approach from England so far. But again, look, we can't, just because they played a certain way till Super 8s, now that they're qualified for Super 8s, things can always turn around, but they're a dangerous side. They're a good side.
I feel Joss Butler's role will be very crucial. I mean, I heard about what Nasir Hussain was actually talking about. No, he was basically saying about no one needs to tell Josh Butler how to bat. Josh Butler just needs to say he's a very he's a dangerous player. He's a match winner. If he stays there till 14th or 15th over, he can win you the matches. So I think Josh Butler's will be really key from England's point of view because they're playing in Sri Lanka. He plays well really against spinners. Even if he takes a little bit of extra time, that's okay. Spin friendly wickets. But if he's there after 6 overs, the bowlers are always under pressure.
Well, for Sri Lanka, we've seen what the youngsters done. Pathum Nissanka, that century followed up with that half century. He's been really in fiery form. So they will want him to continue his form. Kartik,
Yeah, he's a class act. He looks a class act, doesn't he? Pathum Nissanka, so organized. They've got a lot of talented players from number 1 to Velalage. I'm a big fan of Velalage. The way he plays, pretty feisty as a cricketer. Kamindu Mendes. So lots of Dushan Hemanta. Always been a huge fan of Dasun Shanaka. Just the person he is, the way he carries himself. So yes, Sri Lanka again, as Ajinkya pointed out, they are a tough act. They're a very, very good team. But it'll be a good game. I seriously feel now you're only going to get good games, hopefully, because as I said, some of the best teams are out there.
But Ajinkya, also too many injury concerns for them because now no Patirana as well, and then we've
No
seen
Vanindu
there's
Hasaranga.
no Hasaranga, which is a big blow. So injuries are, painful. Ishan Malinga before the World Cup, so the injuries have been troublesome for them.
Yeah, I mean it's a tough part, especially in these tournaments like World Cup, ICC events. But again, you got to deal with it. As players, as a team, you got to deal with it. It's out of your control. You have to see who are your best players. What's your best 11? And I think playing in Sri Lanka for them, that's the advantage. As I said, home advantage is always going to be there. And all these players are quality players. What Murali Bhai mentioned about everyone's name, I'm actually looking forward to see Kushal Mendes as well.
Do you think Dushman Chamira will come in tomorrow? He was rested in the last game.
Yeah, I think so. I think he should come in. Knowing the playing 11, I hope he was rested, not dropped. So
Yes.
that is the only thing.
It's an easy term to use, no? Rested.
Yeah. So yeah, again, experienced guy, experienced campaigner, played very crucial roles for Sri Lanka. But Sri Lanka again, very decent team, especially in their home conditions.
Well, who's going in advantage tomorrow for you, Kartik?
Look, I picked England to come out as a semi-finalist, so I'll have to go England.
All right. He was in your prediction.
Yeah.
Today, there's no one won any prediction. Our prediction
Thank God we
scored,
got
but
saved.
we'll go for another prediction as your players to watch out for.
You
one
should have
from each
asked
team.
who's happy today that we've all walked out with nothing. I'm the happiest.
Your players then, Kartik. Let's use that as a prediction.
I'm going to back at a place like Palekele. I'm going to back Josh Butler to come good tomorrow. And from Sri Lanka, again, I would love to watch a Pathum Nissanka innings.
Yeah, so good to watch. Ajinkya,
I already said about Josh Butler, so I'm looking forward to see Josh, getting runs for England and then Shanaka for Sri Lankan team.
All right, then you'll have heard it. Exciting day tomorrow. 2 games. So it's going to be a cricket-filled day. We have to also finish up a little bit with the joy factor. So we
Enjoy
forgot
factor.
about that.
It should be called enjoy factor.
Yeah, we enjoy when we see it. Let's have a look at the joy factor and see who's gotten it correct. This rare record has been achieved only 6 times in Test cricket. If Maurice Allen was the first in the list and Andrew Carrick was the last, who was the 5th? First and last. Why would 5th be on the list? But let's also...
It is Joyda's question.
Let's just have a look at the answer because we have no clue. So we'll have a look at that answer. Wasim Akram, sequence of 4 wickets in an over. Ooh.
Wow.
Very interesting.
Okay, Joyda.
You get a salute. You get a salute from
We
Murali
had
Kartik.
no clue at all.
I have never any clue.
Let's have a look at who always has a clue. Who got it correct? Sporty guy, Nick Crick lover.
How do
Well
these
done.
guys know all these things?
Well done, sporty guy. Unless they're Joyda's accounts, which we
Yeah.
always wonder. We always wonder.
Yeah.
Yes. But we've spoken at length in that previous show about the India-South Africa game. It is the second game that we are looking forward to. You said advantage India, but one contest that you're looking forward to.
I'm actually looking forward to the first contest, Abhishek Sharma versus Kagiso Rabada, because I want to look at the young man's mindset. There will be enough pouring in from all quarters inside the voices. As I said, the voices around you and the voices within you. Do you continue with the same approach? Because look, he has been successful. He's been pretty attacking. But again, is he watching the ball? And sometimes, again, I will say the same thing. You play the way you know you want to play, but you can't hit every ball. That is my only thing. You play, be aggressive, ultra aggressive, but there are times when you have to respect the opposition as well, a wee bit. That's all. Because he's got so much talent.
A contest you're looking forward to it?
I'm looking forward to see Surya Kumar Yadav and the South African spinners in the middle overs.
All right. It's an India game. There's always excitement. India and South Africa, like Kartik's been saying, now they are the cream because the top 8 teams have come into the Super 8. So we're always going to get a good game. So fingers crossed that there is no rain trouble at all. Take the jinx away, Kartik. Take that jinx away. You never know what can happen.
True.
You never know what can happen.
Tomorrow I'm thinking 4 options to go wrong.
Yes. So I am going to be watching very closely with what happens with that prediction game, with some competition going on there. But are you in tomorrow?
Yes,
You're in tomorrow. Ajinkya,
Yes.
you're in tomorrow as well. I wish you all the luck on your prediction game.
Thank you very much.
I was just being polite there. But thank you
I
very
know.
much.
You don't have to tell me. You have become ultra competitive.
Yes.
She never
Very
used to be like this.
Very competitive.
Well, Ajinkya, thank you very much for an exciting day. I got to listen to a whole lot of rain stories in that dressing room. I wish I had the power to tell you all and tell the producers at Cricbuzz to put cameras there, but I don't have that power still. Kartik, thank you very much for all the
Always.
this or that conversations that happen in the dressing room. We will agree to disagree on this or that. All right. Thank you so much for watching Cricbuzz Live. It was unfortunately an abandoned game, but we promise you tomorrow will be more exciting. So do join us there. Good night and goodbye.